intention is one of those things you got to put behind anything in order to be great. And I mean, sacrifice can be associated with it. It can be, you know, if you really want to be good at something, of course you're gonna have to sacrifice time.
Yeah.
But I don't look at it sacrifice. I look at it as investing to be great. You know.
What's up, y'all? We are back with another episode. We had the pleasure of having 3K, the producer, on the show. 3K is a music savant and one of the best producers on the come up. Enjoy the show.
Damn, man. Like, I think we were just talking about this, about the first time I met you, bro. And this was the moment that you left an impact, like a blow in my soul, and it never went away. Never went away. And every time I see you, it's like you re-energize that blow that you impacted me with, and it still molds me to this day. Like, bro, you have a work ethic that's insane.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Insane. And it inspires me. Yo, man, I appreciate you for being here today.
No, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate the recognition as well, man, because, you know, and I feel like it builds and compounds every time I see you because, you know, with me, it takes time for me to, like, just be myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, the more you see me, the more I'm, you know, we get familiar,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, definitely cultivating that relationship aspect of it. And, yeah, man, just seeing where it goes, man. I believe in myself, and it just takes that kind of discipline to get where I want to be, you know, so.
Yeah.
How did you build that, like that work ethic and that discipline?
I just love it, man. This is,
Yeah.
you know, it's just something, if I don't do it, it bothers me. So, yeah, so even like in middle school, drumline, my boy Erickson, E-Man, best friend growing up, just beating on tables, rapping, freestyling, middle school, high school, making beats, trying to find how to get computers after high school, college, built a studio out the crib, like making beats like Outkast. The studio got robbed.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, studio had gotten robbed and we just stopped cold turkey. But it was always in my mind, like, yo, once I finish to get my degree, son, I'm coming right back to this shit, bro.
Damn.
And I did. No stopping, man. Yeah, so I just wanted, I want to do this full time. So, like, the work you see me doing now, once I got more time, bro, it's going to be more. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yeah, man, you got to, bro. You got to. And a good friend of mine mentioned this to me. He said, yo, I love what you're doing because it motivates me to continue. But then when I'm in that seat, like I'm the one that's walking this path, and I deal with the struggles, I deal with, you know, this and that. But for other people to come up to me and say, yo, bro, you make me want to do it. It's like a level of like, damn, okay, yo, I'm here for real. Like I'm really doing this. And this is the same thing I feel for you. Like I know how much work it takes for you to get to this, like to what you have here, bro.
And I appreciate that, man. Yeah, you got those words. Those words mean a lot because I don't hear them often, and they mean a lot because they come from people who mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stopping, man.
Don't stop. Not stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No, stop.
Not stop.
Dang, that's crazy. Both of you guys had like a similar thing where like you guys got like a robbed, basically. Like not, but like your equipment.
Yeah.
Your equipment got taken away.
Yeah, it happened to me as well, man.
It happened to him, and like he lost all his music, and basically.
Yeah, me too. All our music, bro.
Yeah.
On the hard drives, it's like classics, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we felt like we were outcasts. You know?
Yes, man. Yeah, you need that. You need that, bro. But yo,
do you think that made you better? Outside of both of you guys.
I'll let you answer that first.
I'm gonna make me better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would say at first it didn't because it knocked us off our horse, man. We were going. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be here today had it not gotten robbed. But you know, there's a time and place for everything. Yeah. My boy took his route, became a software engineer. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Got the Lambo, you know what I'm saying? 6 figures plus, you know what I'm saying? And, Still one of my support systems, you know what I'm saying? Send them beats, any new beat that's lava, you know, lets me know whether it's lava or not, you know? So, still the homie, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
What about you?
I'll put it like this. There's been multiple times throughout my life when a big block, a big barrier came in the way and tried to stop me from doing what it was that I wanted to do, especially with music. There's a lot of different things that I had to, but music was the biggest one. I've been same as you, man. I've been producing beats since I was in middle school on FL when it was Fruity Loops. Producing beats. My beats didn't sound the best. It wasn't lava. It wasn't high kicks. But it was like, for me, bro, no background. Nobody taught me how to do this. I just picked up the application and started using it. Just, figuring things out. Bro, I thought my work was like magic, Then my laptop breaks. So that stops. I'm a kid. Like, I don't know how to get this again. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, later down the path, I pick it up again, start working with it. I meet a girl who was fantastic when it came to singing. And I told her, yo, you should try to take this to the next step. But little did I know, that was me talking to myself. That wasn't for her. Right. Deep down, I wanted to do it.
Right.
So you were like projecting.
So I found the excuse. I said, okay, you know what? She doesn't want to do it. So what I'll do is I'll show her if I can do it, she can do it. So I buy the equipment, start making music. I realized shortly after, bro, this wasn't for you. I don't care. I don't care if you do it or not. Like, this is mine. I got my love back. The big robbery happens. I lose everything again. But the same day it happened, I said, all right, I got to get everything back.
See?
I got to get everything back. Like, it wasn't even a second thought, I'm going to stop. No, I got to get this stuff back. Like, I think this is going to haunt me. If I stop today, I'm done. Like, the rest of my life doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has always been what I have to do. I have to.
How do you live without your love? You know what I'm saying? Like, And then my boy told me that one of my homies who worked at the Apple store together, and he said, man, I just stopped making music when I got robbed, or when I guess like his hard drive, G lost his hard drive, where he lost all his music.
Yeah.
Like, how is that possible? I don't see how that's possible. How you could just, like 40 something, and you had stopped. Like, come on, son, you went to school for music and everything. Come on, G. Like, I don't know. Maybe you didn't really love it, but I couldn't see myself doing that, man. No way.
I asked you guys because I think it's like a beautiful thing in a way, because you're there and you have to like decide if that's something you really, really want, because you have nothing. Like, everything's gone.
Zero,
So, and if it's something you really want, you're gonna have to build it back, and if it's not, then you go a different avenue.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of necessity. So, for example, like, I forget what book it was, but it was saying that you can do anything with whatever limited resources that you have. Even Timbaland was saying it. My boy Zayd works with Timbaland as his co-host. Shout out to Creator God. And so basically Timbaland was recording, I think it was Danny Lay, and the studio, and they recorded her in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Like, snap. It was Timbaland.
Yeah.
Son, you know what I'm saying? Come
Damn.
on, son. Yeah. So, you don't really need much. You can use GarageBand on your iPhone until you build up and get something a little bit more. Get a little microphone, $20 microphone that connects to your phone.
Yeah.
Like, you could do anything with little.
Damn, it's doing the maximum with the minimal, the minimalistic amount.
Or whatever you have. Yeah. Whatever.
Damn, and Steve Lacy said something like that on the TED Talk, which is interesting. But yeah, man, it's true. It's true. When I was recording the music back before I got, raw, like, bro, it's a blessing. Looking at what we have now, looking at where we at now, like, I didn't have this before. My mic was a stand and a shield and a Focusrite. Like, that was my studio.
That's all you need.
To see to come up, like, to see what I have at my, my not disposable, like, I don't know what the word is, but
disposal.
But disposal?
Yeah.
Thank you. To see what I have now, bro, it's a blessing. I wouldn't have gotten this if I didn't keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy. And plus, I have amazing friends and a dope support system. But yeah, if I didn't keep pushing, man, where would I be?
Who knows?
Who knows, man?
When did you said you started music in like middle school and elementary?
Yeah, middle school. Or definitely elementary. Elementary, it's crazy because I did like always singing and trying to outdo everybody. I was a really great singer in chorus. Yeah, but I guess I didn't have my music teacher. I got shy, and you know what I'm saying, I was a shy kid. But I used to curate the shows. I used to take all the kids and make the dance for the kids for the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even, you know, as a little kid, you know what I'm saying, just music was just
dang, so that's
dope.
very young then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much younger than that. I know when people say, yo, 3, I was 3. You know,
you played the piano. Playing the piano
I made an album at 3.
So you started there, and then you said you were like freestyling in middle school.
Yeah, beating on tables, freestyling every day.
And what was like the first beat you ever made?
Man, grinding. Those are the days. But you know how you used to just get the 2 pencils?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just go crazy with it. So you come up with beats like that. But
did you record it on your phone? Or no?
Nah, we didn't have any back in 6th grade. That's like 2004. Between 2002 to 2004 was middle school. I transferred from Horseman in the middle of 6th grade. Right before I transferred, they shaved my head. The barber arm was hairy. He's like, "You want your hair like this?" I was like, "Yeah, nigga, his arm hairy, right?" Nigga shaved my head, bro. I'm like, "Yo, your arm don't look like that, son." Yo, and I went to school, and then my nickname was Baldy for the rest of my.
Dang.
But niggas still call me Baldy to this day, man.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? But,
No, bro.
no. But I met my friends as soon as I saw him beating on the table. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm right here, yo."
That's
you know,
where it's at.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Yo.
That is there weren't no bald kids, right? I guess
Nah,
kids
man. Nobody had bald. You know what I'm saying? Nobody had the Jordan. Nobody had the Jordan.
I had it one time. That's why I'm laughing, bro. I had it
Oh
one
yeah,
time.
you know how it is.
I got messed up, bro. If your hairline, your tape not right, bro, and it's a 1, you might as well just cut it off, bro.
Yeah. But imagine if you can't even see a hairline.
Bro, I got the one time, like the one. And my people scared the shit out of me. They said that I was like, because we were in Honduras at the time. And I went to get a haircut. And I told the barber, the shortest possible. And then they started scaring me. They were like, "Oh, you look like what do they call it? Like the Mara, which is like the gangs over there."
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "Oh, you look like a gang." So I had to wear like a hat the whole trip.
Oh shit!
Because I looked like I was in a gang, I guess.
And you was afraid?
Yeah, I was like, "What did I just got a haircut? What did I do wrong?"
Nah, man. Come on, bro. You can't be in no gangs,
Man,
bro.
but imagine being in 6th grade, walking to the school, all the kids outside. Yeah. It's your first time at the school. You bald. Come on, son. No hat, no hoodie, no nothing.
They didn't.
I saw everybody looking. They were looking. They just look. I said, damn, good.
They didn't touch you. They didn't try to like slap.
Nah. They knew better, man. I'm not. I don't play that, man.
I wish they knew better for me, bro.
I was the bully. I was.
Oh, you was the bully. Okay,
eventually, but it wasn't a bully. Well, I realized we were bullies later on, because the kids told us like, "Man, you a bully in middle school." I'm like, "Damn, for real?" But we was just having fun, bro. We ain't take them lunch money or nothing like that. We ain't beat people up. Well, we we pull up, walk up to people, be like, "Hey, whose shoes look better?" And I'll be like, group them, just bop them on the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was fun. It was hilarious, man. Whose shoes look better? Hey, man, we was kids, man. I apologize to all the kids' lives are impacted, man. I hope I made you a stronger person.
You said it was Horseman?
No, it was, Horseman initially, and then I transferred to Aspira North.
Yeah. Well, it sounded better than Madison.
Madison. I went to Madison.
Yeah, the
you went there too?
Nah,
okay.
I was.
Madison was Cali. Madison was wild.
But I went to high school down here.
I could not. Yeah, Madison was horrible, bro.
Why?
So for one, all right. So from the moment I stepped foot in that school, bro, off rip, I don't have the right uniform on, right? So there was uniform, right? Yeah. Red, white, yellow, and green, I believe. So I come in with a red and white striped shirt. That's wrong, bro. That's wrong. So everybody
anything striped, I feel like you're gonna get.
Come on, bro. In the bag, and I got the bag, and the bag is extra tight, bro. This shit is like, it has to fit on me. everybody's like looking at me like, "Ooh, bro, who that? Who that? So, bro, who that? I'm like, dog.
Who's straight man?
Let me just go home. Let me just go home and see if I can find a red shirt. Find that red shirt, man. The second I walked into that homeroom class, bro, the first thing they say is, yo, we gonna shut this school down. It's a D school. We gonna shut it down. Shut it down. All 3 years, bro. Every year it was, we shutting this school down.
They thought the kids
That's
would
how you know this shit was horrible, bro. It's a bad school, bro.
Second day of school, and that's what they tell you.
Bro, that's what, as soon as you walk into the class, bro.
That's crazy.
Man, we shutting this school down. Y'all kids don't
And they
need
talked
this.
about how they talked about on like other podcasts, like the grades would fight each other, just like
Oh yeah,
all
we
the
had that
grades
as
would
well.
fight each other.
Yeah.
That never had. You never.
Nah,
never
we
witnessed that?
were
We were civilized.
well, I mean, the younger grades, they had it coming, you know what I'm saying? But the older grades, we're like the cool kids.
Were you not?
We got along with everybody, man.
Were you not? Wait, this was as soon as you come in 6th grade, and you just good with everybody.
Because Eric, I mean, we're beating on tables and rapping. I mean, that's cool.
Okay,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
that is
saying?
cool.
But,
That is cool. That makes sense.
we had like drumsticks beating on the tables and
Yeah.
shit, you know. But Eric's brother was in a higher grade, and he was like super cool. So
okay, yeah,
it was
I got you.
for real. It's automatic, but you know, by association.
We didn't
free
have that,
pass.
bro. Like me, dude, I had to dodge, like getting beat. So in
man.
between classes, we literally had something called 6 versus 7, or 7 versus 8. Like that's when the whole grades would be outside battling each other. Like literally, bro, fighting in between classes.
What is this, bro?
Bro, this is
Gladiator
Madison.
School. They need to close
Shout
that
out
shit
to
down, bro.
Every year, and we closing this
Shout out to
school
Madison.
down. I'm like, bruh,
Ain't got security. Come on, man.
security. What they gonna do, bro? You got 50 people outside
Dude, the
flipping each other.
stories they told me from the school.
Call the
is
cops.
Crazy.
You know
That's
I'm
what you need. You need police in
saying?
that.
You need police. Yeah,
Yo, you need martial law in that
yeah,
school,
for
bro.
real.
That
SWAT, nigga.
school was lit.
For real.
But they said some kid got beat up. He brought his dad, and then his dad got beat up.
Oh, snap, kid. Nah, you lying.
Real.
Hey, these 8th grade kids be looking like grown ass niggas, though. I ain't you
At
like,
the time, bro, you 6'2", bro, in 8th grade. Come on now.
Yeah, man. I
Man,
don't know what they
you
feed
a
him.
man. You a man, bro.
Yeah.
You a man.
Nigga, old boy got beat up, though. It's embarrassing. I can't go back to the school. My dad get beat up.
You gotta leave.
You gotta leave, bro. Your old boy get beat up. What that song? Oh,
With you, bro.
you gotta lie. Lie with my big brother, man. I was just kidding. You know what I'm saying?
That's
crazy.
my pop, man. He don't know how to fight, man.
Do y'all go to the beach often? Because I feel like as locals, you probably don't
The
go
beach?
to the
Miami Beach?
Like any beach, like just to the beach.
I'm supposed to go tomorrow, but I haven't been for a
Man.
while. I mean, not to go
Yeah.
on the water, you know what I'm saying? But no, I was just in St. Augustine last weekend. They had a beach. We ain't going in, but
Yeah.
What is it up with, like, what's up with us being on the east with the shoreline and
Nice
we never...
beaches. And like these
And
are
it
beaches
is nice
that like
beaches.
people travel. Millions of people travel each year. And well, I would say everyone should go. If you're down in South Florida, go check out the beach.
I mean...
Even if you
yeah.
live here, because it's beautiful, especially like in the morning for like a sunrise.
yeah.
You wake up early and you go out there and just take it in. It's very nice. Like I
Mhm.
feel like it's good for like your soul. Like it just feels good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like no matter all the problems you're going through in life, like you sit there and like you see the sunrise and like the breeze hitting you. And, like, you know, your problems kind of like go away for a second.
Yeah.
You're just there.
I feel like some people probably just don't have that luxury
That's
of
true.
taking the day off. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
not worrying about something that they
Yeah.
got to take care of and driving all the way across the city to drive all the way back or take bus or
Yeah.
most likely take bus to go over there and come back. You know,
Mhm.
it's not exactly easy, but you know, some people are just like, yeah, it's here. I'll get there one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. And then
Yeah.
there's also people who don't like the beach, you know? They don't want to be
To be
around
honest,
all that.
I don't like it that much because the sand, is annoying.
You see
Yeah.
sand, you got people. Sometimes you don't want to be
Yeah.
around people.
Yeah, the water
you know?
dirty. You know what
Water
I'm saying?
dirty. Some, you know,
Yeah.
people just
It's
do
beautiful
some
though.
things in the
It's
way.
beautiful. Yeah, it's nice.
'Cause
It's nice.
When I go, I gotta sit there and I just think about like imagine like the indigenous people who saw like people on ships pull up, like they probably thought they were gods or something. I mean,
Oh.
some of them, because you never seen other types of people before in your life, and like you see these big ships pull up.
Yeah. I mean,
But then
okay.
they wiped them out. But
I mean, from what I understand, like even the United States, the people who were here before, it wasn't just Indians. Apparently, it was more than that. And you could tell by some of the structures they've been finding, like on the West Coast, and like some of like the Olmec-looking heads. Because South America, that panhandle like Mexico and whatnot, it has a lot of that history. Yeah. So it's all connected. So why wouldn't United States have some kind of history along those lines? But they had those. They had boats. They had rafts. They had just differently designed from what they had. Of course, so it was definitely something new that they saw. But
true, especially if you're not really. I don't really know too much about what was going on back then, but I'm assuming, you're following like the herds, or maybe if you built like some type of village or home for yourself in a certain location, then you're kind of closed off to all of the other stuff that's probably happening, just 50 miles away or something.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, I don't really know, bro. Like, how do you come in a ship and then basically take over the whole Americas? Like, that's it was just, I know it was just a couple
hundred years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I know it was just the East Coast first, East Coast, right?
Yeah.
And they just colonized it all.
And then France had the middle. And then Spain had like the Mexico and and Texas and all that.
Oh, okay.
And then France went to war with. Who was France at war with? They were at war, and then they lost. I don't think if it was with the U.S. or with the U.K. But they were at war and they lost it. They just sold it to the U.S. And then I think Spain and America went at war, and then that's how they got the West Coast.
Oh, okay. Damn, it's a whole shit.
Yeah,
they wildin', bro. Everybody wildin', man. You bugging, bro. Like, what you need? Come on, man.
Oh, we can't. This is my space. Come on, bro.
Bro, just chill out, relax.
Let's just vibe.
Yeah,
like, let me have it. Yeah,
little house. Yeah, no pressure. Go. Not to kill me.
You gotta kill me for this, brother.
For real, brother. Peace, man.
I love it, man.
Yeah, long story short, y'all go to the beach, enjoy it while you still here, and it's there. It's a beautiful thing.
It's going away soon.
Yeah. Just think of how many people in the U.S. don't have a beach. Like, on the coast, it's a luxury, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Not to mention it's warm.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, like what is it, February, and it's 80 or whatever. It's snowing in most of the country.
Yeah, even St. Augustine was freezing. We went up there, it was cold. Cold, man. The wind chill was crazy. Yeah, man.
You will have to sacrifice to be great.
What you mean?
That's just a quote I was saying.
Just a quote?
Yeah, but does that ring true to you guys?
Sacrificing for greatness?
How do you feel about that? You will have to sacrifice to be great.
Everybody's sacrifice is different. So if you have certain responsibilities that you kind of have to, take care of, then your sacrifice may be different from someone else's. But it's true, to some degree. Like, if you have a lot of stuff that's going on in your life, and half of that you don't really, you're just catering to different energies or people, you can cut that off. And sure, it'll create a lot of rumblings and problems, but in the long run, that's considered a sacrifice. Like, you had to cut that off. You had to let all of that stuff go in order to achieve some new layer of greatness, or, just get what you want out of this journey. Yeah,
but also you gotta define. Everyone has their own definition of what great is. You know what I'm saying? So
true.
You could have all these achievements but be a crappy person. You know what I'm saying? And even then, those achievements are mindsets, right? So I could make one beat, just meet one person and hand it off to them and have a placement on the Billboard charts. And it took me an hour, but it took this person their whole lives. But that's based off of mindset. I supplied what was required of the situation, and I met those needs. So I guess intention is one of those things you got to put behind anything in order to be great. And I mean, sacrifice can be associated with it. It can be, you know, if you really want to be good at something, of course you're gonna have to sacrifice time.
Yeah.
But I don't look at it sacrifice. I look at it as investing to be great. You know, because
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you gotta sell something because you know times is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yeah, it happens, man. That's sacrifice.
Yeah, man. I like that you said investing. That's true.
Yeah, like it puts a twist on it.
Because you're always, I mean, yo, you kind of have to. You're investing time into the stuff that you do, into your craft. If it's not time, then you're investing into resources in order to, you know, help elevate your craft. So yeah, I agree with that. But on the line of sacrifice, dog, because sometimes, you know, maybe if I look at my schedule, just looking at it, and I could have had two things happening on that day, two very important things, right? One could have been studio time, and the other could have been, I don't like a photo shoot or something. You know, both needs time. Both of them need something from me, and now I have to choose whether or not I do this one or that one, on that day at least. Right. So it's a sacrifice being made. Maybe the photo shoot could have, I don't know, gotten my image out there, so for people to see, you know. But the studio time could help me generate like a, how do I say, it can really put down, you know, very opportune. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but in other words, I can create a song out of that, and that song could be the one for me. Whereas that photo shoot could have benefited me in another way. So I know, okay, I would have to sacrifice. I would have to do that photo shoot at a later time and focus on one thing.
Yeah, you could always turn something bad into something good. For example, let's say making beats and you don't want to go outside or go to the club, but you might have gone to the club and met somebody that could have made a relationship.
True, which is crazy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because
turning shit into sugar, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you're turning bad into good. You really have to think creatively to make a bad situation worth it. You know?
Yo, what? Because there's been several times in my life when I felt like that. Like even recently, sometimes, you know, I'll know there's something that I have to do and I have to pay attention to, but instead, like some sort of energetic pull leads me to some other, maybe to an event, maybe to a spot that I'm supposed, you know, that I know deep down I'm supposed to be at that spot. But I also want to get this work done. End up going to the spot instead, and boom, you know, this conversation that I have with this conversation that I had with this person or have with this person ends up being the one that propels like the work that I'm actually working on. So yo, that's right. And that's how I met a lot of like cool people, man. And because of those cool people, you know, they keep what I do basically. I don't know. They just add something to what I do, bro. They just add something to it. And that would have never happened if I didn't just turn situation into gold.
Right.
But yeah.
But I brought that up because I really, like, I started recently playing with, like, the idea that if you want to achieve greatness, and this could mean for however you want to be great, like, if it's in, like, a certain area, or if it's, like, generally speaking, like, as an overall person, I feel like you really have to, like, let go, be okay with letting go of everything while you're working towards that greatness. And I've seen that like with some of like the greats in like basketball or music and stuff. Like they had to make sacrifices, and then they speak about it too after they accomplish whatever they said to be. And then you just have to ask yourself, is that what you're willing to do to reach that? And that's what I
I understand.
play with.
I mean, one big thing that I sacrificed was my fitness and like my eating. You know, my eating habits. Like, it's a bad sacrifice, but I would stop going to for this period of time. I just like, yo, if I don't go to the gym, I could go later. But if I don't go now, I could just have an extra 2 hours, and make beats. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that for a while just to, of course I've been keeping an eye on myself and just making sure I don't get past the point where it's, I feel bad, but I feel great. But I got into that point and made a bunch of beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, yes, man. Damn. So, all right, I wanna ask you this one question. I know it's quite easy for you to make a beat now, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, come on now. I saw you make some magic and like.
Yeah, man. But there's levels to There's levels. There's levels.
There's levels.
There's levels to everything, man.
You feel like you still got some.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Even Timbaland said he's not done growing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I feel like I stop growing when I feel like I don't need to keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how great I get, there's always going to be some tool or something new that's out there. But even when making beats, I want to consistently make a great beat every time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, this ain't it. And just keep, try. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like trial and error, man. I like intention and being able to execute every time.
And so my question is, all right, so now when you make a beat, maybe it's not, it's not the easiest thing to do, but how do you trust yourself? How do you know to trust yourself to just stick to this one sound? I don't know if that makes sense to you, because sometimes when I work on some music, I'll find myself revising and going back and doing this and doing that. But every time that I've seen you working on something, it's like you stay consistent on that until it's done.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm working on a great idea,
mm-hmm.
it's going to be fire regardless, depending on if it's a fire sample or if the drum pattern is perfect. If it has something, one of those elements that I could work with, I'm going to make it work, because it already has that. Okay. I just got to mold it into something great.
Mm-hmm.
But I do that to learn as a producer. So even though the beat's trash, I'm still working on it. I'm just like experimenting, seeing what I can do to make it, flip it to make it great, But that's usually my approach. I'm always experimenting.
Yeah, man. You're right about that. Until you allow yourself room to fail and grow and learn from it,
mm-hmm.
you kind of like holding yourself down. You're limiting yourself.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah, learning from your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take your time with like a beat, or is it more like quick? Would you say?
Depends on what the project is. If I execute an idea, for example, my boy Cool Ruler introduced me to DJ Chipman, and DJ Chipman gave us his whole catalog, like his unreleased and his released stuff, so we could start remixing beats for so we could send some beats to City Girls through my connections in Atlanta. But basically, starting the idea, if it's doo-doo, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna move on to the next one, because this is a specific direction, specific sound, a specific intention, but it's for myself. I have a different goal, so it depends on the goal. Definitely depends on the goal. But nah, I know people say, I make 20 beats in a day, 30 beats. It don't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you make 20 beats in a day, but they don't do anything. But I can sit down and make one fire beat, and it's like changes people's lives,
Yeah. Oh, yo. Ooh, interesting. Okay. All right. What are you doing this for? I know you mentioned working with music ever since you was young, man, a youngin'. But what continues to what motivates you to continue?
I mean, I was always listening to music. Music has always been therapy and inspiration for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to contribute back to what contributed to me, so to bring something to the music game, or kind of like Michael Jackson, right? Like just the stature and the level that he is, then how many people he inspired. I would love to be able to do that and have someone look up to me like, yo, I want to make beats like 3K. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Just just to bring light to especially the condition that music is in today, I feel like the balance is off.
Yeah.
There used to be a balance between good and evil. But I mean, yeah, I definitely want to bring some. I just want to make some fire, man. I want to see people dance again. Yeah, I want to see people in the club just going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah,
I'm with you on that. You're right. Every time I put on those headphones, man, I'm moving.
Yeah.
I'm moving. You have that. Yeah, it's dope.
What books have had the most impact?
Oh,
because I know you mentioned some books in the past too, and so I was curious.
A Whole New Mind. Forgot the author of that, but it's an orange covered book with a brain on it. A Whole New Mind challenges the way you think creatively. Read a lot of books, man. I used to read like one Goosebumps book every day as a kid. But books that have really inspired me were, The Secret. It was a great book. It was great. You know, it's just positive. See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. I read a lot of self-help books. Mm-hmm. See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. All of Robert Greene's books, of course. Let me see. Dale Carnegie's books. Bob Proctor. All these self-help people. Napoleon Hill. All of these guys, all of their books and all their series are great. Of course, I've read a bunch of story books in between that or other types of self-help books, but whatever I read, it has to be for a reason, you know, specifically. But I would say for anyone who's probably out there lost or doesn't know or needs direction, Zig Ziglar, See You at the Top. You can't go wrong with that book right there. Yeah, definitely a great, inspiring book, because the way the language is curated in that book, it's made to speak to you, but it's also made to reprogram your mind. With the kind of language that's spoken in that book, you can't help but think positive.
Oh,
you can't help but think positive, especially for the rest of the year, if anything, if not for the rest of your life.
What's it called?
See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. Yeah, okay. And there's a website. It's a gem right here. Y'all ready for it?
We ready.
Get your crayons out, like Steve the Dean would say. But it's pdfdrive.com. Yeah, any book for free. pdfdrive.com.
Don't let the authors hear that.
Hey, don't.
Hey,
but let me get that.
Books. I already bought the book, man. I was just re-downloading it.
Yeah.
You just wanted extra
I was trying to support someone. I was just trying to come on now. But yeah, man. Like,
what about yours?
I didn't. The number one book that I've been like keying in on, and I'm still reading to this day. I picked it up like 3 days ago, so it's all right. Is The Measure of a Man by, I don't want to mess up his name, but it's Sidney Poitier, I believe.
Oh yeah. He's the actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he wrote a book called The Measure of a Man, which he released back in 2000. It was, I think, 2000 or 2000. Yeah, 2000. And this book right here, man, he speaks of, growing up in the Bahamian island and how it was so different from the Americas at the time. This was back in 1930s to 40s, I believe.
Oh, wow, yes.
So it was very different. Mm-hmm. You know, you had to deal with racism. You had to deal with a whole bunch of things.
In the Bahamas?
I believe there was a hierarchy in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
But in the States, because he came over. So, yeah, man, he speaks of how highly stimulating, just the Americas was as he, got older. All he saw was people trying to sell him stuff.
Oh, wow. That's what Igor said.
People always trying to sell him, right? And it's a whole different life. People are always trying to sell you stuff. You're taking in a whole bunch of content. You're taking in ideas, other people's ideas. And if you don't have like a basis of your own, then it's very hard to maneuver around that type of stuff. And with that, I believe he stayed in the Bahamas since he was, I think, at the age of 9 or 10. That's when he left and he went to the Americas. But he spoke about having all of those years, living the way he did, on just the minimalistic things that he just needed to survive, it really changed him when he got here. Like everything else that extra stuff didn't matter.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
DJ Academics had an interview with Lat TV recently because he's from the islands, from Jamaica, I believe. And he said that when he came here, just the way that they lived over here is different from even when Haitians, when they come over here, you see everybody, they hustling, boy. They ain't no, you know, ain't sitting down. And Academics came over here, and the way of life he was living over there can't really create opportunities, but there's opportunities here. You just gotta like put your foot down and just go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yes.
So that was I mean, he pointed out something that I've already seen or noted or you know, I've observed, but you know, coming from any island less fortunate, you're gonna wanna grind.
Yeah. You have it. And we spoke about that a little bit last time. We were talking about how everyone has a life of just like, I don't know, just something that you're willing to die for, fight for, you know? Our parents I believe we're all descendants here. So our parents had to
immigrants.
Descendants of immigrants.
First generation, maybe?
You just said descendants.
I believe so. My bad. But yeah, so our parents had to fight and struggle and grind to get here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're here, our fight is a little bit different. Now you're fighting for, you know, your creativity to shine out into the world, you know? You're fighting to create a name, a legacy. Mm-hmm. Your fight is different. Whereas for them, at least, what mattered in that moment was making it out of whatever country that they came from.
Yeah, the thing about those countries is that they don't have as much influence as we do as far as capitalism. So here, what we're fighting for is control. And I say control of our minds, control about what we think about, control of what we see, control of what we have the ability to do. And it's a lot of influence, you know, a lot of television this, advertisements this, and these things affect us, you know? And, you know, whether we like it or not, you know, we'd have to be aware of these things and know how to, you know, use it to our advantage and, you know, or, you know, make something nice out of it. But
yeah, I'd say a lot of us are losing that fight. Like a lot of people, a lot of people are, cause, I mean, it's everywhere, you know, like on TV or social media, like everything, like stuff is being sold to you, like not even just physical stuff, but like ideas.
Yeah. Let's go to the club, you know, drink. It was gonna, you know what I'm saying? Or people, opioids and stuff like that. You know, it's a pharmaceutical industry. It's supposed to help you, but people are getting addicted to it, you know? So it's hurting.
That might just be the push of life, like the next generation. Well, not generation, but the advancement of life is what I'm trying to say. At least in this society, like this is going to happen times 10 now. If you look at the transformation and evolution of the internet, because that's what really pushed this whole like forefront of selling and all. Because before it was okay, you walk outside and you you see people or billboards trying to sell you something, but now it's at the palm of your hands all the time. Yeah, you're constantly being like marketed to,
which is crazy. Like
by scientists curated this experience through research and their knowledge. You know, even as a designer, knowing about color theory and certain elements, and you know, the human brain has a certain programming, you know, that it reacts to.
Damn.
There's literally areas of like science, like neural marketing, like they learn about like how like your brain reacts to certain things, and they use that to the advantage when marketing.
Yeah, that's why you got the likes, you know, releases that dopamine, that sense of validation.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
That's where we're going.
Yeah. And what's crazy is that like one of the moderators for Instagram, it moderates the content for what to get posted or not, and you know, they flag it or remove it, and they couldn't. But he was saying that he couldn't go through everything, couldn't catch everything, but the stuff that they were seeing is like he just was depressed. Life was changed just because all the stuff that he saw. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And imagine like they taught an AI machine. They had an AI machine sit in front of social media, and over time, the language that I was saying was just getting worse and more negative and more negative.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
It really starts to rewire your brain in the way you think, just by being in that world, bro. Like, but then again, on the flip side, if you really know how to use it, it's different.
It becomes a tool.
Yeah,
because you can follow big houses, big yachts, people, inspirational quotes. You could choose to only see those things.
Yeah, you can curate your feed.
Damn.
Cause quite a few people they just go on there to like complain and stuff. Like, you know, that's why the people on there like cancel somebody. Like they're mad at like their situation in life, and like they vent through the social media.
Trolls.
Yeah, there's trolls in this, and then for most people, it's also a reflex. Like just having that phone next to you just mean to them it's like, oh, yo, I gotta check my phone every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes.
And you get a notification.
You may be having a conversation with somebody, and mid convo, where my phone at for no reason. You pull it out, no notifications, and oh, okay, let me put it away. You know what I'm saying? Like you're always checking for something. They got you hooked, man. They got us all hooked, to be honest with you.
Facts.
Yeah.
They got us all hooked, bro. But,
yeah, I mean, it's the way the world's moving.
Yeah, that's why Apple came out with screen time, to combat that, you know. But these tech industries you're gonna have to deal with it eventually, because it's a responsibility. Like one of the heads of Facebook, I guess she went before the jury and spoke about that and how they understand that. Facebook were like, nah, we don't really know the effects of it on people, but the lady was like, she's in one of the execs, she was like, nah, they know. Like,
there was a big scandal. She released like a whole, like, cause they had Facebook made like they had internal reports on how it was bad for the general population and for like young adults and young children.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was bad for them just generally, cause I mean all the stuff they would see there, and they were looking for like validation and, you know, like all the negatives basically.
Yeah, man. This is where we going. Unless we don't go there. But I think it's too late.
But this is America, so they're going to go there.
Late for that,
because, I mean, that's where the money is.
Yeah. I mean, we can create something. Like, for example, a couple of years I thought about we made a news channel called Good News. This is only good news. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That was my idea, man. Some of y'all signed an NDA, man.
What? You know who took that idea? Jim from The Office.
Oh, the show The Office?
Yeah, do you know Jim? The actor?
Damn, Jim. The Office where they do
John,
parkour.
yeah. I think it's like John something is his
John Podorowski or
John
something like
K.
that. Yeah.
He took that idea during COVID. Like he started like a whole YouTube channel, and it was just reporting on good news.
So I like that.
And he sold it for like, I don't know, he sold it for a lot to like a news channel.
Good news? A good news segment?
Yeah, like no, like just everything was good news. Yeah, like
yo, you can do that. You can do that for real. Yeah. Like that's excellent.
Probably do
or like a social media.
It's like, what's the entry into that? I guess YouTube would be a great avenue for that.
Yeah. YouTube.
Good news, everyone. Good intro.
That'd be nice.
That's true. Cause I would like to know news about what's happening in my community. But like you go on the news and it's just like someone got shot, someone got killed. You know, like
you can't choose what you see. You got to read everything.
But I like to see some good news. You know, like I don't know, dog saves kids from fire or something.
Yeah. You think so though? You think that would be something that you would look into?
Not actively, but I would just, you know,
because I don't know. Because when it comes to news, especially with me, man, being raised in this like home where it was always fear, like in the corner, man, it was always fear, bro. Watch out, this happened on the news. Watch out, this is what I saw. This is what somebody said. This is just be careful. Like you're automatically putting that sort of like this fear in my head. So now when I go into the world, this is how I look at it. I see the world from like fear-based lens where any corner I turn, I gotta have my guard up.
Yeah.
Like, nah, that's not cool. But then again, people like that. People love that, and they don't understand why.
It's like hijacks your brain, basically,
bro.
And it's affecting my parents, for example, my mom, like you know, Haitian parents, like, oh no, don't be, attention, we don't, you know, watch out for this, do that. But but at the end of the day, we only supposed to fear God. You know what I'm saying? So I keep that in my mind, and like, you know, I'm only supposed to be afraid of God. I don't what? You know what I'm saying? So I always remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, just to go back to the book thing, my most impactful book was Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. I don't know if you guys have read that.
What's it called?
Man's Search for Meaning.
Man's Search for Meaning. Okay,
he was a Holocaust survivor. I believe he was a psychologist before, but he was Jewish, so he ended up in the Holocaust, and he survived through it. But I mean, his daughter died, his wife died, and he wrote a book about his experience and how he was able to like find meaning through all that suffering he went through. And I read that book in a point in my life that was I was down, I would say, like I was pretty depressed, and it really helped me change my outlook.
Yeah. Way the Superior Man is another one. But you know what's crazy about this world? I think one of the big things is like the over-sexualization of everything. And I'll tell you why. For example, like people of the prior times, like Nikola Tesla and yada yada, Da Vinci and this and that, they didn't ejaculate per se. They didn't release their energy. You know what I'm saying?
Semen retention.
Yeah, it's semen retention. Yeah, it is. However, it's transversing your energy. You know, it's sexual. It's called sexual transmutation, and this is a principle by Napoleon Hill. I think it was removed in one of his books, but it's one of the core key principles. Is transmuting that energy towards something purposeful.
Yeah,
you know,
it's using that creative energy because it comes from. I don't want to get this stuff wrong, but there was a moment in my life when I was deep in semen retention. But what I was using it straight up for that. Like I was changing my whole entire life around me, from my exercise, how much I would exercise. I would use that energy for that. I would also bring it back to my creativity, and then I would take it out and meet people using that energy. Like I had an excess. I felt like whatever I wanted to do in that day, I could tackle them all down and get them done. So yeah, like I'm with you on that. I'm with you on transmuting that energy, man. That sexual energy is real. It's real.
So you say there's a lot of hypersexualization in today's age?
Well, yeah, it's what generates clicks, what generates views. So naturally, it's what people use as a marketing technique. So fear, sex, and just desires, just or addictions. These kind of things that people use as a ploy to get people to get what they want. And just going back to the music, shouldn't be that. Should be just straight up happiness, inspiration.
Beautiful. So how would you feel if you sent a beat off and that's what you found on that beat that you created? Like nothing but negativity.
Or sexualization.
Or sexual,
Well, that's why I'm building what I'm building now with my artists. And I can only do so much. Like if the song's gangster, it's gangster, right? But but like even myself, like the first song that I played, like song got some, it's just got some shit on there, you know what I'm saying? But it's gangster, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, it just got to be a balance, man. And people, you can't just keep feeding your mind that, you have to, there's that. being inside of us that wants to listen to that stuff and go crazy, rage and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But we just gotta have that self-control to not listen or to that direction or try to be like someone else. Yeah. You always got to be yourself at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. You can't, indulge into that 24/7 all the time. So I understand. And the reason why I asked is because I know I brought it up before when I asked you what, the purpose of like you just continuing and doing it. But sometimes like there's a boundary, like there's things that you go by, like you wouldn't walk into like some situations or some doors. You just wouldn't open those doors.
Right.
Or you wouldn't allow people to come in and work with you.
In
certain situations. So I asked because I'm realizing this now, like by me tapping back into my culture and just realizing what's happening around me in my community, the basis for what I create is starting to formulate. Like my voice is coming. They always say, yo, hey, mold your voice, build your voice, get your voice. I'm understanding what that means. It's like, bro, you were kind of born with it. You were born with that voice, but it's not, you don't truly like get a grip on it until you go through your life, like your experiences. You see what's happening around you. You see, like, that's when you start to really connect with it. And I feel like that connection is building for me, and it's making my music, at least the ones that I'm working on now, it's building content for it. Like it's in a sense that, how do I say, like I can now articulate myself, like who I am as a person can be articulated now. And I wanted to ask the both of you if you're getting that, like if you feel like your voice is here, if you feel like you have a voice, if you feel like if you don't have it yet, do you at least know, like the boundaries and some things that you wouldn't allow in around your character?
Well, that's one thing. That's one big thing that's missing in, I would say, many men today. They don't know themselves enough, trying to learn other people, or versus they're trying to do things when they don't know that taking care of themselves would bring those things.
Yo.
For example, if someone crosses the line and you don't address it, you're disrespecting yourself. You're playing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're letting something like that slide and you're not saying anything about it. You're making it okay when it's not okay with you. So you gotta have one of my mentors, I would say, is Steve Williams. He's got a YouTube channel, and he mentors guys on how to be themselves, and how to find themselves, because it's that's what everything is about, especially as being a man. That's what people look for. That's what significant others look for. They look for somebody who's able to stand on their own principles, morals, and values, and to know what those principles, morals, and values are, and respect, and so many other attributes to it. Even myself, every day is a learning process, and there's you just got to sit down and really talk to yourself and think to yourself and really come ask your scribe, for example, and to refer to your kind of like your jury, like, hey, do we accept this? Nah, it's just something.
I would even say like all people should find themselves.
For sure.
And I see, and I would say there's like a lack of that on both sides, like
for sure,
of men and women, and I feel like that's why there's a lot of like relationship issues and stuff like that, because when you don't know yourself, then like the relationship is like, it's like it's kind of built on a lie in the sense. I mean, not like a purposeful lie, but you're not yourself, so.
Well, this is the reason why I say men, right? So men are supposed to be masculine, supposed to be leaders, right? So if men made things that weren't acceptable, the result would be the female changing, because it's not working. If all men were on the same page in that aspect and they didn't accept certain things, those things would change.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If they make those things vocal about certain things, those things wouldn't happen anymore. You know? So if they just spoke up about what they stood for, you know, a lot of these things wouldn't be going on. So, you know, even though you're right, yeah, it's on, you know, it's on both sides. However, you know, if we accept the responsibility, you're like, we be the change in the mirror, the man in the mirror, and that change will come with that, you know?
Yeah.
And to your question, I'd say I'm still in the process of finding it, but I'm getting there, and it feels really good because I can see the growth, and I also get to like experiment in a way, especially with like this podcast and like other podcasts I do, and we do. Yeah, you get to like experiment and try to have fun with it, you know, because it's not like you shouldn't. Well, I feel like I shouldn't be looking like it's like a job or something dreadful, you know. You know, try to have fun and try to grow, see what areas need to improve, and go from there.
Okay. Man, as I said, the voice is very powerful, bro. That's what you walk out into this world, and that's how people see you. That's how they hear you, you know? And if what you're saying, what you stand on, the principles, your morals, if it's very flimsy is the word that I use, or it's not stable, it's not grounded, people can see through that.
Oh, yeah.
You know? It's real. It's something real.
But it doesn't even matter what other people see. It's about what you see.
It is about what you see.
know?
You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's going to affect everything about you. Your confidence, the way you go about life. You know, just be like, damn, did I let that happen? I think that's okay. You know, and it's that inner self-talk. You really have to work with that voice that's going on in your head, because that voice is really letting you know what's going on, or what you accept, you got to sit down and get to learn yourself, man. We got to sit down and get to learn ourselves. That's like very important.
Yeah.
With that, everything comes.
And I would say too, like, for that voice or those thoughts, like, they're not always true, you know? And the one quote I like is, I am not my thoughts, I am what I do. Because you can have, like, negative thoughts or bad thoughts, you know, but until there's action, then it becomes your actual reality.
All right, let me interject a little bit. There's a difference between that inner voice, that dialogue that you can create, or for an example, if you're bringing up, if you're in a situation, maybe through your mind, you might be running of different, like transcripts of how you feel about this situation. It might be a good one. You might think, oh, yeah, this is excellent. Like I'll meet some cool people. Oh no, I don't really want to meet these people. Is this something, is this something somewhere that I want to be? That's different from a thought. Now a thought can come in and swoop in, hit you with some negativity, or it can be a positive thought. Thoughts are just fleeting, like 1 second pop-ups and pop-outs.
Yeah.
That conversation, that inner dialogue is something different. And it's also something that I've been working with for the last, I want to say 2 or 3 years, heavy. Because before that, I'm not going to call it an addiction, but bro, I was smoking heavy. Like I was smoking a lot of weed. And I noticed through all that time, sure, creativity was like through the roof. But I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew, like, when it came to the things that I wanted to do, I'm going to just go do them. But I didn't know who was doing it. I didn't know this me, that everybody else seen. If that makes sense. It wasn't until I took that break and I said, okay, you know what? What is it that I really want? And that happened, or I got the answers through that talk, that just getting to know myself, putting myself in the situations that I do want to be in. And sometimes I do fall in and out of it. Sometimes I do get a little crazy, but I always get back on the path. Like I'm aligned, Yeah.
You just have to be aware of what's going on in there.
Awareness is a key, bro. It's big.
Yeah. But also asking the right questions too, because you won't go into a conversation of whether it's negative or positive if you're trying to get to learn yourself, because that's a whole different conversation. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times negative thoughts are based off of fear, possibly bad experience, but you just understanding how much you have to be grateful for. Like, you know, everybody in the cemetery thought they had tomorrow promised. You know what I'm saying? Just being alive, people, you can see, you can smell, you can hear, you can walk, you got 2 arms. Like, what more do you want? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're here blessed with the bare necessities, and should we just be complacent with that? So whatever negative thoughts may grace our minds, you know, asking if it's true or not definitely can help with that. However, you know, I feel like there's more to, you shouldn't even be asking yourself those kinds of questions in the first place, you know? But no, I get it, man. You know, depression is real, man. People go through it.
True. I've been there.
Even myself, man. Yesterday I was going through it, man. Yesterday.
Yesterday was that day.
Yeah, yesterday I just lost my footing for a little bit, man. But I'm great now. I'm good.
Happy to hear that, man.
I appreciate it.
I mean, you kind of need those days too, right? Like, cause you can't like just stay up for forever, cause that drop is gonna be so much steeper. I would say
it's gonna be
like if you're up all the time like that.
Yeah. You want to?
No, I'm just saying it. But I mean, if you've already been at the bottom, you already know what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know, so you know how to cope.
True, but then it also takes being aware of that, aware of the bottom, aware of where you at, and knowing that you're not gonna be there. Forever. You know, a lot of us when we're there, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like this is today, yesterday, tomorrow. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard sometimes, but yes, the second it clicks, okay, yo, you know what? I'm not gonna feel like this forever, bro. This is just one of my days.
Mm-hmm. That's why God is important, man. God is important. So like when I was going through that yesterday, I just started having that conversation, that dialogue, and it's like, yo, it's just a little test, you know, nothing that you can't handle. I'll put anything before you that you can't handle. I'm just like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, yeah, this go time, you know what I'm saying? And you know, the positivity came right back.
Yeah. All right. Great, man. I like that, bro. Yeah, man.
What do you think of the metaverse?
The only great application it has is the elimination of contracts and proof of ownership between physical and digital. Now, if it's solely digital, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
It's
for
just
real.
a game.
Because, you know, I see people selling NFTs that aren't bringing any value. It's just a piece of art. But, you know, it's nothing affiliated with it. That's what an NFT is supposed to bring some kind of value. Like, for example, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, you know, they have subscriptions. Like, you're in a club, you're in a society. Like, you get invitations to all these big events, yacht clubs. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's a circle. It's a group of people.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, NFT or the metaverse in itself, like, I don't know, man. Can't see it, bro.
You can't see it? Or
I just I get it, the virtual reality aspect of it and things of that nature. However, I'm very optimistic about things like this. Like I want to believe or see the future in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see myself putting money to something that's not tangible.
I got you. That
know
makes sense.
You're not buying the hype.
I'm not buying. I can't buy the hype, man. I'm buying food. Paying the rent.
It's funny because, yo, it's funny to think, but to be honest, man, it's gonna be something big, and it is becoming something big now. So let's say you buy property or space in the metaverse. There's nothing. You're right. There's nothing tangible, nothing to hold on. But let's say you sell that same property and it's doubled or tripled and somebody actually pays for that. Now you do have something tangible, and it's called the money that you made from it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that sounds like a bubble though.
But bro, and I'll be real with you, like
when you put it like that.
If you ever played Minecraft, it makes sense, or any one of those games that, you know, any game really, where you're playing the game, but there's just some sort of like reward system.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're, what's up?
I would add though, like right now, there isn't a game out there like in the metaverse that has a super strong like where people would want to do that. For example, maybe something like when Fortnite came about, like that thing blew up,
bro.
And I feel like that's what it would need, like a game, like
no, it doesn't.
not like Fortnite per se, but like a game where a lot of people buy into it and play it.
But it's not just a game.
Yeah.
There's so much other stuff that you can do. Okay, and I brought this situation up. Yo, just a regular NBA game.
Yeah.
With a VR headset, you can sit in attendance courtside.
But here's the thing: how do you meet people? How do you congregate? The experience.
They're right next to you, and
they're right next to you. But however, in the metaverse, you could be outside the stadium talking to other people, meeting other people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you walking in and things that I need. So for applications like that, I get, but when you're talking about buying digital real estate, I can see the value in marketing and putting a store there or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it can only go so far, man, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know, man. Y'all gonna have to. I mean, I see the other applications. Like, I see the social aspect of it. But, man, you selling sneakers, digital sneakers?
That is crazy.
Come on,
You're
son.
selling the ones.
I would say you need more people to buy into it. Like because if a lot of people buy into it, then well, right now I wouldn't say that many people buy into it. I mean, people are hyping it up, right? But like
it's
if
being brought into like right now.
no, I'm saying, but like if like half of the U.S. population.
Oh, I don't even
are
think you need
into
that
that.
much. Cause look, Snoop Dogg already purchased
Yeah.
property. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just one of the many
Yeah.
people.
But that's
who
the thing
has.
about crypto and like NFTs and stuff like that. Like it's a playground for the rich people. You know, like
Until it's accessible to everybody else,
Yeah.
which it will be. And the second I could play this game too. I can put my stock in it. It's the same thing of like stocks. You playing the same game. Like, just wait for it.
yeah.
It's coming, man. It's growing. It's becoming something.
can
I'm not
see
saying
it.
I love it. I don't have
Yeah.
it. But I just know, like, the potential is there. And if
potential
we
is
say,
there. The
okay, you know
potential
what?
is there,
Nah, I don't want to see it. We'll just be the old man,
yeah.
bro. We'll be the
And-
old
and
man
to be-
in our
yeah.
lives right now.
No, there's certain aspects that don't see it. Like, it has so many great applications, but there's certain things about it.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
I
Like the
understand
metaverse, like
it.
for example, like not just the metaverse, but I'm just saying, like, let's say for NFTs, for example, people just selling art just to sell it. You know, people
Yeah.
trying to, or
I
people
mean,
buying
yeah.
art with no attached value. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
You know, okay,
That's
you
for
know,
the rich people. Yeah.
I can't play that game.
Because
but
they buy art.
you can make so much. Yeah, you buy art for millions and then flip it and make 2 or 3. And
That's what Jay-Z
that's the
said.
game.
Yeah, but those NFTs that they're buying have value associated with them.
Yeah, that makes
So there's a lot of ones that don't have value associated with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like having, you still need tangible physical value associated with that NFT. You know?
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
And even then, even if I didn't go into the metaverse, if I got money, I still get that value. You know what I'm saying? No pressure.
Wait, okay, hold on, wait a minute. So what is it? Is it just like a following that you need behind you? You just need an basically an audience who's gonna push the NFT that you decide to release. And as long as you have people behind it that's putting value into it, it's gonna go out, and then other people will start to buy into
Yeah,
it.
one of my boys, John, Live Free Miami. He's the owner of the what used to be called CrossFit, but he became a millionaire off of crypto, right? And he told me about NFTs like 2 years ago, and basically how you do it is becoming a recognized artist that people can invest in, like a real artist. Like if you become a Banksy and you make art pieces, people start investing in you. But you know, there's still something associated with that. Like I'm probably gonna send you the physical piece, and you still have the NFT.
Yeah, I got
You know, you could do that, but you could just also do just a digital piece. But I don't know.
That makes sense.
I don't know, man.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's gonna be cool for the gaming aspect, like the gaming in the VR. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think my time is done, bro. If I ever like get back into it, it's just for maybe for like an hour or two.
Yeah, that's how.
Or if I'm gaming hard with my friends. But other than that, I think that's done for me, man. Like I'm just good.
Grand Theft Auto would be gangster in VR, though.
Yeah.
That's called real life.
No, but you can do whatever you want,
Mm,
and no consequences in GTA. You know,
that's consequences.
You
You,
can have
get
an
stars,
RPG.
bro. You still gonna get some stars.
bro. Yeah.
It's stars. Come on now.
yeah, but I mean, you ain't gonna die or go to jail like you would in real life.
That's insane, bro. Some people woke up and said, you know what? That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do something horrible. Wow. That's crazy.
And I mean, I'd say the metaverse is already here in a way. Like it
is here, man. It's 20 years. Like it's a process.
I think I said it before. Like, yo, we're going to wake up one day and it's going to be like, ooh, like we're in it, you know? I mean, not physically, like in a VR place, but we're going to be like in a place in society where like the metaverse is like everywhere.
It's similar to the cell phone movement and how, you know, first it was like the iPods. Everybody was walking around with a shuffle or something, just listening to music. You saw those white wires everywhere. Then
there's no wires.
Then they said, oh, you know what? Hey, let's put everything on a phone. Now you see everybody walking around with a phone. All the other phone markets, they, you know, people, they want to get into the mix too. So everybody has this, like, and like this, I don't know, this extra limb, bro. Like this robot technology, man. It is diverse. It is the metaverse. You're connected 24/7. Unless your phone dies, you're always connected to everybody that you know. Your network, basically. Come on. But what I'll say is, man, because we keep saying, yo, the metaverse is coming. It just started. Bro, it's been in the works since the birth of the internet. Like, it's been in the works. It's just that was its infancy. That was the baby stage. Like, now it's growing up. And eventually, maybe 30, 50 years down the line, it's full-fledged adult. Like, it's a full-fledged adult where everybody is sitting at a bar with a chip in their head or some glasses or some shit that, you know, allows you to see this virtually, this reality, this augmented reality.
Yeah, they've been working on stuff like that since like
and so 2000s. if you put it that way, right? And let's say we walk into a room that's blank, basically. But in the second you put on the glasses, the room comes to life. There's pieces everywhere. The furniture that was there, that was just wood, basic, comfy furniture, now it turns into some luxury, like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the only way to get in there is to have some sort of access.
Yeah.
Now that painting on the wall is yours. But it's in that world, though. Outside of it, it's not there. But that's your painting, and the price is $2 million. Now, people can walk into your gallery and pay that price, bro, just to have that same painting that's already on the wall and put that in whatever space, you know, they have. Now, check this out. And anybody can make this purchase, but it still costs $2 million. It's a rare item. Yo, come on, man. Like, it's coming. It's coming, bro. The game is here.
Yeah, it's already here. Like, Major Lazer had a performance. I went to the studio, and we went to studios with Cool Ruler. And basically, before we were there, I think the day prior, Major Lazer was there doing a virtual concert. And the tickets were like $50. And he had millions of people there, bro. You know what I mean?
You
like
see?
Hundreds of thousands. Like, you could fit.
Yeah.
And you have to pay for security, then have to pay
none of
concert
that.
costs, none of that.
That's
all of that goes
to,
I'm assuming, to his party. Like, all of that. He don't gotta. Yeah.
Come on,
yo, what? That's where we going. That's where we at.
They're pretty
actually.
cool. Like,
just did it.
Did you ever see the Travis Scott event?
Oh yeah, that was with the Fortnite. Yeah,
that was pretty dope.
That was pretty dope.
You look at that.
That's the future, yo.
Now times 10. Now you in it. Now you live in it.
No,
like, you're actually physically there.
It's an experience. I mean, people want to have experiences, you know. And when you're in a digital space, you could pretty much curate any kind of experience.
Yep.
So in that aspect, I get it. When you start selling, come on, son.
I feel you. I'm with you.
I mean, I get it. You probably want to have the drip in the metaverse, man. But
shoes in it, bro. People were buying skins on Minecraft, bro. If you can do that, if you can buy skin, like, to you know, on a character, then you can do it especially if you have heavy pockets.
But you should be able to make something yourself. You should be able to customize something.
Okay, yeah, that
should
makes
have
sense.
a default.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let me get a white tee. Something.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You're right. If you can customize your I mean, I think that is what you can do now, though. Customize.
Did y'all see Ready Player One?
Isn't the movie? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It was like went into the machine, like the game.
Like, everybody had a headset on, and they were in that virtual reality world.
Yeah, I think so. Was it the one where they were racing on the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would y'all play a game like that? Not like the whole story behind it, but like a game like that where it was like pretty fucking realistic.
Yeah. Why not?
That'd be a cool ass game, to be honest.
I play.
Yeah. It's not with the side effects of, people. You had people died, right? Like if you what happened if you lost? Like
you just lost all your money if you died.
Yeah,
like
you ain't playing like that,
bro. Too big of a risk.
You lost all your money.
I put up $5, man.
That's wild, man. But,
who's your biggest inspiration?
God. But
in terms of music,
Kanye, man. Just the self-belief is something that everybody needs. Everybody needs to be able to believe in themselves like that. And like his mom said in the Genius documentary, I know you guys didn't see it yet, but she was like, yeah, your self-confidence, it may come off as arrogant, which a lot of people think he is, but it's just his belief in himself and his and you see the way that his mother speaks to him, and she's reassuring him that he's capable of anything. He's able to do anything, and that's where all of this is coming from. Of course, he has some moments where just as a person you wild and be,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, just doing whatever post conversations and stuff like that, whatever. But nobody's perfect, but that arrogance, isn't what people what it seems to be. He's just had to deal with a lot coming up, but look where he's at now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's still going.
He is still going. That man, he's come a long way, man.
Yeah.
Like he blew up in terms of music and like hip hop, and as an artist, like he was on top, and then he kind of fell off. I mean, he didn't fall off, but like he fell down a little bit, and then he started going into fashion, and now he's pretty much on top of that.
Yeah, I don't think he really ever, because remember where he came from. Didn't really. Once you have that stature, that status, that magnitude, you could just drop whatever, and it's popping again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think he did like go with the bankruptcy and stuff like that.
Yeah, like he had a drop. Like he didn't fall off, but he had a little drop.
Yeah.
But he back now.
But he did own good music, and I guess when you're like the CEO of a company like that, you got different costs associated with this and cost of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get it. You gotta pay a bunch of people, man.
It's a lot to keep track of, man. You got so many invoices coming in. Yo, but
his story is inspiring though. I might watch it tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, it's fire.
Because I know a little bit of his backstory, but
man, you were that fan, bro.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm still a fan, but I remember like the biggest thing I always remember is like that man made 3 beats a day for 3 summers, I believe.
Yeah. And I always had that on my mama making beats. I'm like, all right, Kanye did for 3 beats a day.
Yeah, man.
But the person who's following Kanye, what I love about the documentary is that it was one of his boys who was following him throughout he just gave up his life to document the journey. You know what I'm saying? And he was just always with Ye. And he just filmed everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even people that have recently worked with Ye on, for example, on Donda or on his other albums. Alex Basker, I think his name is. He's a masterful pianist. He had a recent interview on Vlad TV. But he just has only great things to say about Ye. Somebody who's worked with Ye closely and positively. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they all do, bro.
Yeah.
They all say they're all saying great things about him.
Genius.
Yo. Yeah. He is a genius, man.
That's because he believes in himself. He considers himself a genius.
So that energy, it comes off as that. And it is that. It becomes that. Exactly. Whatever you believe in is what's true. So, yeah. You're right. But it's so hard to change that, man. It's so hard. Like, once you have it, you have it. It's a whole different ball game because you now have it, if that makes sense. So, for an example, if you're thinking of greatness, that's just how you're lining up your life. You want that. You want to achieve greatness in your life. Mm-hmm. But for a lot of us, we never thought about that. We never thought it was even, obtainable. Never thought we could acquire this, that type of reassurance that Kanye got from his mother, bruh. Yo, that type of stuff will put you over the top. I wasn't, growing up, I never heard, oh, you could do whatever you want. You could do all it. I never heard that. What? Crazy.
Yeah, his mom was smart. I think she was like a college professor.
Yeah, she opted to be a college professor, but I think she like a medical background as well. Something like that. I don't know. I don't remember, but yeah, she definitely was positive or smart. Like when you see her in the documentary, you'll see like she's very, very intelligent, very aware, and very, very nurturing. Very yeah.
You sold it. You sold it to me. I'm watching that. Everybody else, go watch it too.
Go watch Genius, man.
Go watch and let us know what y'all think.
Hey Kanye, man, we want our check, man. Netflix too.
Yo, yeah, I gotta get the check from Kanye.
Yeah, now we gonna make our own check, but we still want,
Yeah, no,
we gonna work.
Kanye.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I mean, he got a lot.
Yeah, man.
But
he got a lot now. Like he can spare a little bit of money.
Yeah, but he's doing it for causes. You know what I'm saying? I think he has something to do with the LA, like doing a fashion show with like the homeless people.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Oh, he's building, or one of somebody who was interviewing on Vlad TV. I guess again, Vlad, you gonna have to cut us a check too, man.
Hey, Vlad, what?
But he was designing clothes for homeless people. Like you couldn't. Like it was like a stab proof, like you couldn't stab.
Oh wow,
shirt. Yeah. It was like a whole bunch of different benefits to him. Like kept you cold, kept you warm, and
whoa,
yeah.
Okay. All right, Kanye.
Yeah, man.
That's nice to hear, because I mean, I feel like if you go out onto the news or like social media, they just talk like, oh, Kanye's crazy, like they just say crazy shit.
Yeah, bro, they're trying to build affordable housing for the entire world. He's trying to contribute to humanity. Come on, son.
That's just how the internet is, though.
Yeah.
They'll magnify one thing. You could do a whole bunch of great stuff, throughout your whole entire life. But the second there's one something that people just don't agree with you on, or maybe you just seem a little bit off-putting or something, they'll magnify on that. And the rest of your, line of like work and careers just exempt or some shit.
Like once you fuck up, it's like the internet is like it's over for you in a way, because they'll always bring it up. Like you do something great.
No, but
hey, what about this?
It's like Thomas Edison tried to tell the Wright brothers that, and it was a book I read. I forget the name, man, but it was like one of the best books. But it's talking about like going mad or being considered mad or crazy, and a lot of these people were considered mad or crazy.
Yeah.
And because people just don't understand, man. But it's okay. It's good to be in that headspace or consider yourself crazy. Crazy is a good thing. Mad is a good thing.
Yeah. Damn, what would that be? What is crazy and mad? Like what?
I mean, it would be. I would have to like reread that book. But if you're having those thoughts, you don't have to put yourself in a box. You can expand upon those thoughts and ideas. It may be far fetched. It may be, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a quote. It's like, first they call you crazy, then you're a genius.
Yeah.
I believe. I mean, that's what happened to Einstein. Like the work he was doing, at first they were like, oh, this man's crazy, but then, and also because he was like he wasn't a scientist at first. He had like a bookkeeper job or something like that. But he was like working on these theories, and they thought he was just like a crazy guy, and then they started looking at stuff and like, oh,
yeah,
this man actually has some knowledge on him.
Man, I'm gonna be mad, bro. I'm gonna be a mad man. I got to. Man. I got to. I gotta be a genius, man. I am a genius. I'm a genius.
Thanks.
We all are. We're
and
geniuses.
It's kind of funny because the basis on it is just like you're thinking so different from the norm that they just consider you crazy, and
it's being able to think for yourself, or just you know what I'm.
Yeah, that's.
They try to put you in their box.
Yeah, and
you don't know me better than I know myself.
Man, because everybody, if you don't, if you walk into a room and everybody's talking, and the second you open your mouth, you know, people get quiet because what you're saying may be different from what they, you know, they're talking about, like their ideals, their beliefs. That's when you become that crazy guy. That's when you become mad, because I don't know what you're saying, and you don't want to conform to what we're doing, what we're saying. You're mad. But the second you push what it is that you're doing and it becomes something, oh, yo, he's a genius this whole time.
Yeah.
This whole time. And they forget about all of that. They forget about all that stuff that they were saying about you.
That takes strength. That takes
but
strength.
it's having that.
You got to stand there alone.
Bro, it's having that, like, just believe, like you said, just believing in yourself, just having that foundation. And his mother, bro, constantly, giving him nothing but positive reassurance, bro.
But you're never alone, man. There's people out there who are like that as well. Also, you got God, man. You got God. You're never alone, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody got to make sure you got a good team around you.
Yeah, and people like-minded, same wavelength, same frequency.
Yeah.
People who are there for you, people who care, people you can speak to, people who are honest with you.
Yeah, that's super important. I would say people who support you, and also people, like, at least someone who can, like, check you as well. Like, not to like to tell you what to do, but to at least question, in case like you do something that doesn't align with what you believe or what your values, they can check you and put you on the right course if need be,
Yeah, but at the same time, just keep it real. Like for example, Richie, the guitarist.
Yeah.
That dude keep it real, bro. Like if you bothering this man, you bother. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it real with you. Man, I'm like, man, I'm hot, but I respect it, man. You a real one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he just doesn't sugarcoat or anything, man. He just keeps it real,
You do that too, man. You do that. Yeah, bro. I remember, bro. I came through in the back of Roots, and I think it was a group of people that just came to your table where you were sitting at. We were trying to get your attention and shit. You was just like, no. Like, you were deep in your work, and they were there for your attention. And so after everybody leaves, and you tell me, I think I got a phone call later that day, and I spoke to my friend for a little bit, for like maybe 3 minutes. I put my phone down, and you said, yo, listen, man, when it's time to work, just got to do it. Just got to work. You can't. No, you got to. Don't let them bother you. Don't let them take you. I'm like, damn, this man is right.
That is true.
Like, what? He's right. Because it's true. Those 3 minutes, bro, it could have been vital. You could have got some inspiration, a boost, this, that. If you were just focused in on it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, you do it too, bro. I mean, you got it.
Place, man. Sometimes, I mean, that depends. It really depends on the person too, or the people. Certain people, I understand, or they understand me.
Yeah.
So I can stop for a moment and not be afraid of the kind of talk or rhetoric that's coming out of their mouth and it coming into my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very aware of that too, who I associate with and who I speak to. So
yeah, that's important. That's 3K.
We got the illustrious 3K.
That's 3K.
Thank you for pulling up, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the real ones. Shout out to you guys for creating a platform for people to just, keep inspiring nonstop. You see it.
You see it? Is it not? Is it stopping? Nah.
You want to shout out your IG or anything else?
Definitely want to give a shout out to Che Pope, my manager. Thank you for believing in me and seeing in the vision early on. Shout out to my OG for everything. Shout out to my lady Mariella, for being the lady that you are. Shout out to all the homies who on the same wavelength. Keep keeping it real, man. We going places. You know what I'm saying?
We going.
But they can find you on IG, right?
On IG, 3K the producer. You find me everywhere on 3K the producer. YouTube, SoundCloud.
We'll put the links in the description.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that.
We'll check it. See y'all next time. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Deep Thoughts.
If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Our link tree is in the description, and you can check out previous videos on the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. Maybe we'll read it on the podcast one of these days.
After you leave that rating and review, be sure to share it with friends, family. You know, Deep Thoughts. Come on, family. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's grow.
Y'all take care. Peace.
Yeah, nigga. Got 3 cannons. Made 3 cannons. Watch that leg, dog. Get this bread, can't go home to my bitch, dog. Tell a nigga that this was just how I live, dog. Ain't no fuck the fuck that, so take them risks, dog. Watch that leg, dog. Get this bread, can't go home to my bitch, dog. Tell a nigga that this is just how I live, dog. Ain't no fuck the fuck that, so take them risks, dog. I got white on me just like Larry. And if she was 150, I still fuck on Holly Berry. Niggas mad, niggas hating, got them staring like a Karen. Okay, nigga, go dumb, Jeff Daniels, Jim Carrey. Nigga, take this little back and that grab a leaf. I'm getting money and I'm black, I'm everything you wanna be. I fucked her like you got a back, that little hoe is nothing. The niggas watch her little cat, I know why they watch that leg, dog. Get this bread, can't go home to my bitch, dog. Tell a nigga that this is just how I live, dog. Ain't no fuck the fuck that, so take them risks, dog. Watch that leg.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? We played that at this event. There's a bunch of white girls, man. That was mosh pitting, man. It was beautiful to see.
Who's on that?
Bonesy the Kid.
Bonesy the Kid.
Local artist from North Miami Beach.
Yeah.
Believe in this guy, along with a bunch of other artists like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Rashid.
Rashid.
Yeah, Rashid Sabir. He's dope. A bunch of people, man. Everybody got something to bring to the table. Richie, you know.
Yeah.